Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
May God bless you. This is Michael Blue, and it's that time of year in which we offer to you Leadership Conference, this time 2025, our 32nd iteration. You were created, designed, and destined by God to lead. Join us October 9th through 11th plus 12 at the Florence Center, 3300 West Radio Drive, that is Florence, South Carolina, where we will welcome ministry gift of Apostle Dana Carson, Dr. Joel Tudman, and yours truly. On the 12th, we will welcome the ministry of music with psalmist Darwin Hobbs, and there shall be others. We want you to save the date. Thursday, October 9th through Saturday plus Sunday, October 11th, 12th for Leadership Conference 2025. Jesus Christ is the Savior of souls and systems. You are a part of making that a reality. May God bless you.
Our time stands at 8:30. Thank you very much, Bishop Blue, for the announcements. We're going to turn over to Studio B and say good morning to you, Brother Michael Jenkins.
Good morning to you, Tater. Good morning, everyone out there. Welcome to PD Sports Wrap. Folks, I'm not on Facebook today. I'm having some issues with my Facebook account, so I'm not able to go live. It's a misunderstanding between myself and Facebook, and since it's their Facebook, they decide whether I have it or not. So they've decided right now that I'm better on suspension. I was trying to record a test video last week with Randy Page, and I don't know what happened. We were just chatting about sports. I was just talking generally about sports. And the next thing you know, I get this message from Facebook saying that I've violated community standards, and I don't know. But anyway, so I'm taking another tack right now with StreamYard and also YouTube. So check me out on YouTube. Now, last night I went to Marion to see Swamp Foxes, see if they could get themselves in the win column. They were facing against Kingstree, and good game. I mean, competitive right throughout. Marion's offense just basically was the problem, and the reason why they probably couldn't get that win last night, because they scored a late touchdown, but it was a real struggle right on through the game. Final score, Kingstree Blazers, and they're the Blazers now, no longer the Kingstree Jaguars, or Jaguars as they were once called. I liked them better when they were Jaguars. But I will say this. One thing I noticed about Kingstree now as opposed to then, and that is the fire in the belly of the fans has kind of subsided a little bit. They're not revved up to full throttle all the time like they used to be in the past. Well, they'd fight you. Push come to shove. And when they didn't, then they were just arguing hard and loud as can be. Most people remember, Marion people remember, Kingstree basketball team that came in there and, and how they were. That's a tough group down there. But I think since the consolidation took place, it's different now, and it's not as much vitriol as there once were with their fans. But they beat Marion last night 22-7. And when I tell you that it was a close game, it was. Because at halftime, Kingstree only led 6-0 over Marion. 14-0 with 6:56 to go in the third quarter. 14-0 after 3, and they scored another touchdown around 9 minutes of the fourth quarter, and then another one later on for the final score. But Marion the positives are Marion was pretty good defensively. I was really impressed with what I saw with the effort and everything that they were putting forth. Okay, let's see. Now, the things that impressed me most about them was tackling. They tackled really well last night, pursuing the ball, and they were even turning Kingstree over a little bit during the game. But the aggressiveness on defense really got my attention last night. And one of the kids that really got my attention probably more than any other was a kid named Benjamin Watford. He was all over the field last night, hitting folk and putting them down hard. All night he was doing this, and excited too. Jaden Nolan had an interception and returned it for about 40 yards. He had a fake punt that also produced a first down for Marion last night after they were kind of like way behind the sticks. So those two players, and there were some others as well that I wanted to. Did I write? Jeremy Edey also was very impressive last night in the Swamp Foxes' defensive scheme. Offense was a struggle. And I think offense is going to be a struggle for them all year. This is game 4 or 5, and when I get to the offensive numbers, you're going to see that things are pretty tawdry right now for the Swamp Foxes, and not sure how many points they're going to be able to put up for the rest of the season. Actually, they had a few efforts last night that looked productive, but they eventually ended with them having to give the ball up. So, with that said, let's take a look at what is coming up and take a look at these stats because, of course, this week is Showdown with Mullins. So, keep that in mind. I think they call it Big Friday around here. And Mullins want to take a look at how they both are doing as they approach. Okay. So right now, Marion is coming into the Mullins game at 0-5. Okay. That's not a good place to be. They lost one region game. But the statistics are the telling thing for Marion right now, especially on offense. Marion only completed, according to Max Prep, and this could be wrong, this is not the Bible of sports here, but you have 4 total completions for the Swamp Foxes. This can't be right. They've had to have at least 4 catches made, 4 passes completed during this season. I just can't believe that they've only had 14 pass attempts and 4 of them were completed for a grand total of 28 yards passing, a completion percentage of 0.286, yards per completion 7, passing yards per game 9, completions per game 1.3, passing interceptions 1, and the quarterback rating is 9.8. Just to give you some idea, on a national scale, the national scale for a quarterback rating is 86.7. So, yeah, they're struggling bad. Looking at rushing, and this is where they do a little bit better. They had 55 carries for 161 total yards this year. Yards per carry, 2.9. That's not great, but it's okay. Rushing yards per game, 54. Rushing touchdowns, 5. Of course, they've got no passing touchdowns, I don't believe, No passing touchdowns so far this year. So that pretty much sums up where Marion is right now. And for them, it's going to have to be an offensive thing, but they're going to have to get better. Mullins, on the other hand, comes into this game at 2-2. And passing-wise, Mullins is pretty accomplished. They've completed 26 of 49 for 471 total passing yards this season. A completion percentage, this is Kanazian, the quarterback, 0.53. So they're completing 50% of his passes. Yards per completion, 18.1. Passing touchdowns, you've got 6. Passing touchdowns per game, you've got 3. Passing interceptions, 5. And they have a quarterback rating of about the national average, 86.3. Rushing, we have 70 carries for 341 total yards. Hold on 1 second, folks. I'm back. Okay. Let's see. Rushing, Mullins has done okay. Well, 70 carries, 341 yards, 4.9 yards per carry, 170.5 per game, and 2 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. So, whoa, Pamela, thanks for coming over. Receiving yards, I already told you the passing yards, so the receiving yards are exact opposite. Auctioneers all purpose. Mullins is dragging in about 405 yards per game, 341 rushing yards total, 470 receiving. So that's what we're faced with this week as Mullins comes. Is this game in Marion this year? I think it's in Mullins. At any rate, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when these two teams meet. It's kind of hard to judge right now, but I think Mullins definitely has the edge right now coming into this game. I think they're more accomplished passing-wise. They're more accomplished rushing-wise. Marion might be even with them on defense or close. But I just don't know if they're going to be able to score enough points to beat Mullins. Mullins can score. Let's look at some scores from yesterday. And let's see. Boy, Lake Marion took it on the chin from Hunter Kennard Tyler. But anyway, Wilson Hall, 42. Camden Military, 14. Carolina Forest, 40. Ashley Ridge, 27. Calhoun Falls got nipped by somebody named Clear Dot Charter, whatever. Liberty, 70. Walhalla, 42. Hilton Head Island, 45. Hampton County, 21. Ben Lippen got handled by Northwood Academy, 35-8. Wardlaw Academy and Richard Wynn, there's no score there. Kings Academy beat Cathedral Academy 26-16. Dorman over Riverside 31-3. White Knoll beat Cane Bay 34-10. Newberry over Fairfield Central 45-34. Somerville over Chapin 50-14. Greer 56. Berea 0. West Oak beat Landrum 36-16. Cross, all over Military Magnet, 51-0. Baptist Hill beat Bethune-Bowman 56-0. Latta, all over Green Sea, and who didn't expect that, 48-2. Westwood over Blythewood 20-17. Carlton Prep over Clarendon Hall 56-0. Hillcrest over Malden 29-7. North Augusta, they're ranked number 13, 56-14 over Gilbert. South Florence shut out Crestwood 42-0. Eau Claire over Ridge Spring Moneta 12-7. Lincoln County beat Silver Bluff 48-7. Powdersville and Broome, that must have been a fun one to watch. 53-45. Broome takes home the prize. Bamberg Earhart beat Woodland 48-7. Conway seems to be back a little bit. They gave Marlborough County a tussle about a week ago, and now they got a win last night over Aner. They need to beat Aner, being the little tiny school on that side over there, and Conway being the big dogs. And Conway has not been doing anything lately. Belton Honea Path over Palmetto 49-0. Beaufort beat Battery Creek 48-0. Mullins all over Atlantic Collegiate Academy 38-14. So the Hawks are coming in on a high note. It's good coming into your next game after you've just won one. So that's going to be good for them. And it's going to be a confidence builder, no doubt. I saw Mullins last week. They look pretty good. I mean, I think that they got possibilities. Stratford beat Carleton County 51-0. Calhoun Academy over Andrew Jackson 41-20. MacB got by Chesterfield by 35-14 count. Waccamaw over Andrews 50-14. Dutch Fork got nipped. Whoa, wait. Hold on a second here. Hold on. I can't speed on ahead on this one. Dutch Fork was the number one team in the state, folks. I'm talking the whole state. And they got knocked off by Oceanside Collegiate 24-20. This is obviously the biggest upset in the state this year. And it's going to have probably far-reaching implications. I know that right now nobody's going to want to play Oceanside Collegiate ever again. If they can beat Dutch Fork, the defending state champs, if they can come into this season and beat them, I think that Oceanside is a team to really, really, really be reckoned with. Lower Richland got the best of Darlington 22-12. Johnsonville came to the Swamp and walked away with a big win over the Lakeview Wild Gators. 21-6 is the final there. Easily got nipped by J.L. Mann. Woodruff got hammered by Woodford, hammered Chesney 52-17. Williamsburg Academy 34-21 over Florence Christian. Gaffney 34. Boiling Springs 7. And I think that that's going to be South Point. South Point beat AC Florida 35-12. They do a very good job with these with the scoreboard here. Does Max Prep. That's about the best they do, though. The rest of their stuff is a little bit shaky. But with all of that said, I want to take a look at the rankings. And what do we have here? Let's give you the 3A rankings. Belton Honea Path. They are 4-0 and they are ranked number 1 in 3A. Number 2 is Woodruff. They are 3-0. Number 3 is Mountain View Prep, 4-0. Newberry is ranked number 4. Loris. And this is a game. Dillon won last night over Hartsville. But Dillon's got the toughest game of the year. Well, maybe not the toughest game of the year, but the toughest game of the year that means something is coming up next week. And that's going to be against the Loris Lions. This is a rivalry that's been going on for years now. And Loris has been very good and has been solid through the years. Always been a problem for the most part. They're ranked number 5 in 3A, followed by Dillon at 6. Dillon is 2-2. They beat Hartsville up last night by an ungodly score. Oceanside Collegiate is 7, but they're going to go up from here. They just beat the number 1 team in the state. They may as well go ahead and make them number 1 and be done with it. When you beat the number 1 team in the whole state and you're in 3A, who in 3A should be above you? You can argue that no 3A team should be above them. Powdersville is number 8. Orangeburg Wilkinson is number 9. And they are followed by Marlborough County, the 10th ranked 3A team in the state. In 2A, Central of Pageland is ranked number 1. And they are followed by Clinton, Hampton County, Fairfield Central, Strom-Thurmond, Cheraw, Saluda, Batesburg-Leesville, Timberland, and the bottom team was cut off. Anyway, Class Single A, Abbeville is ranked number 1, and they will probably be ranked number 1 for now until the foreseeable future. They are followed by Bamberg, Earhart. Cross is number 3, and I think it might just come down to Cross versus Abbeville in the end. But Lauder said they're going to have something to say about that. They're ranked number 4. Ware Shoals, number 5. Louisville is number 6. Lakeview Wild Gators, they're probably going to drop after last night because they got beat. Hunter Kennard Tyler is number 8. Carvers Bay is 9. And Johnsonville, who beat Lakeview last night, is probably going to move up. Maybe swap spots with Lakeview. I'm not trying to act like I understand the psyche of these poll guys, but yeah, that's probably what's going to happen, or something similar to that. Looking at 4A. And 4A has got South Point is ranked number 1. They are followed by South Florence. That's Class 4A division. There's no division. It's Class 4A. North Augusta is 3. AC Flora is 4. Bishop England is 5, followed by Seneca, Camden, Daniel, Midland Valley, Bluffton. And that's your 4As. 5As, and this is obviously going to change because Dutch Fork, Class 5A, top-ranked team in the state. There were 20 first-place votes in this poll. Dutch Fork got all of them. They were ranked number 1, but now they will definitely fall because Irmo is creeping up on their heels. They're number 2. Northwestern is 3. Greenwood is 4. Somerville 5. James Island is 6. They're followed by Burns, Dorman, Ridgeview, and Gaffney. So that's how that shakes out. And as we move into really the meat of the season right now, things are starting to heat up. And you have your Dillon's Loris matchup next week, which is going to be special. Of course, the Marion and Mullins rivalry game is this week. So, football moves on as we get into the middle of the season pretty much. Got some local announcements to make. And the first one is Mullins has hired a new head girls basketball coach. His name is Alex White. He is a member of the 1997 state championship, Mark Gerald's only state championship. Alex was a defensive specialist and could score too, and a great defender. I mean, he was a great defender. Can guard anybody. I remember when in the state championship game, when this kid was going crazy on Mullins in the first half, he went crazy on Mullins in the first half, put up probably 17 points. And it looked bad for Mullins at the end of that first half. But the second half, Mullins came out and sicked Alex on that kid. I never forget the kid's name. His name was Spears. They sicked Alex on them, which they did a lot of times that season. And he shut that guy down, and Mullins won the game. And turns out that's Mark Gerald's only state championship. And Alex White was the guy to help spearhead that. He's a very knowledgeable sports guy, very knowledgeable basketball fan. And people are excited about him being the new head guy. A lot of people had grown weary of the former coach. They wanted him gone. I can't say that I disagree with them. It was time. Thanks to him for all the years that he gave. Myron Gerald gave many years to Mullins sports and Mullins basketball in general. So, good luck and say la vie, my brother. But it's time to move on. And Alex is that guy they're going to move on with. Now, Mullins also has a new athletic director. And I was told just the other day his name is Lamonte Curry. I don't think I know him. And they say he's from Florence. So a whole new era in Mullins is about to begin. Now, the crazy thing is there's a girl that played on Mullins' team last year that I was just super impressed with. She's a youngster, big old long tall girl. So I think it was the second year last year. Well, she's gone. She left. And everything that I've been thinking about Mullins girls basketball this year kind of centered around her. Well, she ain't there no more. She's at ladder. If you want to catch her act, you got to see her at ladder. And I understand that Marion lost a girl as well to ladder. What's going on in ladder, man? What y'all doing over there? What are y'all, the Pied Pipers over there or something? Gotta watch you ladder folks over there. Y'all trying to do some things. But yeah, lots of changes being made, lots of changes going on here. And the NFL, of course, is in full swing. The Eagles are doing well. People are trying to ban the tush push, which I don't think they should. I mean, why y'all hating on the Eagles for running that play? Y'all can do it too. But y'all rather sit around and complain about them having an unfair advantage. Look, it's very simple. You put a bunch of 700-pound guys on the front of the line and you push the other guys out of the way. That's basic football to me. But y'all want to stop it because you hadn't figured out how to stop it yet on the field. Anyway, that's all the time I got. I'll be back next week with more. Have a wonderful, safe week. Tell everyone I'm doing this on YouTube now, and on StreamYard. So I'm going to send links out to make sure you folks can connect. Pamela Owens, thank you so much for joining me. You made me feel not alone today. Okay, thank you. Anyway, have a wonderful, safe week. I'm out.
All right there, Mike.
You know what?